Top 3 fish that instantly fight arthritis, pain, and inflammation, backed by science. If you've been struggling with joint pain, stiffness, or inflammation from arthritis, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, you are not powerless. What you put on your plate can either fuel your pain or help fight it. And today, we're going to focus on the foods that fight back, starting with something as simple and healing as fish. In this video, we're diving into the top 3 fish every arthritis warrior should be eating. Not just for flavor, but for real, science-backed relief. These aren't just good-for-you foods. They're joint-soothing, inflammation-reducing, mobility-boosting powerhouses. So if you're ready to move better, feel stronger, and take back control over your health, stick with me. Your journey to relief starts right here, one bite at a time. Number 1. Salmon, the arthritis superhero in your kitchen. Let's talk about salmon. Yes, that beautiful pink fish you've probably seen on a restaurant menu or passed by at the grocery store. What if I told you it's so much more than just a tasty dinner option? If you're dealing with arthritis, whether it's in your knees, hands, hips, or anywhere in between, salmon might just become your new best friend. Why? Because salmon isn't just delicious, it's loaded with healing power. Seriously, we're talking about a fish that's naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Those two little nutrients are anti-inflammatory powerhouses, and that's a big deal when you're trying to soothe those angry, inflamed joints. Now, if you're like most people living with arthritis, you're probably all too familiar with that constant stiffness in the morning, or the soreness that shows up after you've been on your feet for a while. It can wear you down, physically and emotionally. But here's the encouraging part. You can fight back, not just with medication, but with food that heals. Salmon is one of the most powerful natural weapons we've got. Let's get into the good stuff. First off, what exactly do omega-3s do for your joints? Imagine tiny little firefighters going into your body and cooling off those inflamed areas. That's basically how EPA and DHA work. They help your body reduce the production of inflammatory chemicals, like cytokines and prostaglandins, that contribute to joint pain and swelling. What that means for you is simple: less pain, less stiffness, and more freedom to move. But salmon doesn't stop at omega-3s. Nope, it also brings a generous dose of vitamin D to the table. And if you have arthritis, vitamin D is like gold. It helps maintain strong bones and supports your immune system, which is especially important if you have autoimmune-related arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis. Many people are actually low in vitamin D and don't even know it. So getting more from your food is a gentle and natural way to support your body. And here's something a lot of people don't realize. Salmon contains a powerful antioxidant called astaxanthin. It's what gives the fish that gorgeous orange-pink color. But it's not just pretty, it's potent. Astaxanthin helps protect your cells from oxidative stress, which is a fancy way of saying it helps your body age more gracefully and keeps inflammation under control. That's a big win for your joints and your overall energy levels. Okay, so now you might be wondering, how much salmon do I need to eat for it to actually help? Great question. The magic number is usually 2 to 3 servings per week. That's it. Just 2 or 3 meals featuring salmon can start making a difference over time. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be fancy. Grill it, bake it, pan-sear it, toss it into a salad, or pair it with some steamed greens. One of my favorite simple combos is salmon baked with a little olive oil, lemon, garlic, and a sprinkle of turmeric. You're getting omega-3s, vitamin D, and a second anti-inflammatory hero in turmeric. It's like giving your body a spa day from the inside out. And hey, if fresh salmon isn't always in the budget, that's totally okay. Canned salmon is a fantastic option. Just look for the kind packed in water or olive oil, preferably BPA-free and low sodium. You still get the benefits, especially if the bones are included, because those tiny bones are actually a great source of calcium. Don't worry, they're soft and totally edible. Perfect for bone strength. No, I get it, maybe fish hasn't been your thing. Or maybe you're worried about the taste or how to cook it. But here's the thing, the more you experiment, the easier and tastier it becomes. You can marinate it with herbs and spices, toss it into a taco with avocado and lime, or flake it into pasta with olive oil and spinach. It doesn't have to be boring or complicated. It just has to be consistent. And here's the part I really want you to hear. This is not about perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. You're not in a race. You're simply adding in one powerful, healing food that supports your joints, your energy, your mood, and your future. So the next time you're planning meals or heading to the store, pause for a second and think of your joints. Think of how you want to feel a month from now or 6 months from now. More flexible? Less stiff? Able to move with ease again? That's the vision. And salmon can absolutely help you get there. It's not just food, it's medicine. It's nourishment. It's your chance to take back some control and move toward a life with less pain and more freedom. So here's my challenge to you. Pick a day this week and make yourself a simple salmon meal. Just one. Try it. Give your body that gift and watch what happens over time. Number 2. Sardines, the tiny fish that packs a powerful punch for arthritis relief. All right, let's dive into something that might surprise you. Sardines. Yep, those tiny little fish that often come in a can and get overlooked on grocery shelves. They are absolute gold, especially if you're dealing with arthritis. In fact, sardines might just be one of the most underrated superfoods for joint pain and inflammation. I know. When people think of healing foods, sardines probably aren't the first thing that comes to mind. But stick with me, because once you hear what these little guys can do for your joints, you might just find yourself reaching for a tin the next time you're planning a meal. Let's start with the basics. Sardines are incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, just like salmon. And you already know that omega-3s are the all-stars when it comes to fighting inflammation. But here's the cool part. Sardines actually contain one of the highest concentrations of EPA and DHA per ounce. That means you're getting a ton of joint-soothing goodness in every little bite. So what does that mean for your arthritis? It means less joint stiffness, reduced swelling, and a greater ability to do the things you love, whether that's gardening, playing with your grandkids, or just going up the stairs without wincing. Now let's talk about calcium, because this is a big one. Sardines, especially the canned kind that includes the soft, edible bones, are one of the best natural sources of calcium out there. That's amazing news if you have arthritis, because strong bones are your body's framework. They support your joints and keep everything in alignment. And unlike calcium supplements, which some people don't tolerate well, this is calcium in its natural, food-based form, meaning it's easier for your body to absorb and use. But wait, it gets even better. Sardines are also packed with vitamin D, which helps your body absorb that calcium and supports your immune system. And if you deal with autoimmune types of arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis, you know just how important immune balance can be. So let's sum that up real quick. Omega-3s for inflammation, calcium for bone strength, vitamin D for immune support and joint health. All in one little fish. And here's something else I love about sardines. They're low on the food chain. That means they're naturally low in mercury, which is a concern with larger fish like tuna or swordfish. Sardines feed on plankton, not other fish, so they don't accumulate toxins the way bigger fish do. This makes them a very safe and clean choice. especially if you're planning to eat them regularly. Now let's talk flavor and preparation, because I know that's what holds a lot of people back. Some folks are a little unsure about sardines because of the smell or texture. Totally understandable, but don't give up on them too quickly. There are so many ways to enjoy sardines that are tasty, easy, and arthritis-friendly. One of the simplest ways to eat them is right out of the can, on whole grain toast with a little avocado, lemon juice, and cracked pepper. So good. You can also mix them into a fresh green salad. Mash them with Greek yogurt and mustard for a kind of tuna-style salad, or even add them to pasta with olive oil, garlic, and spinach. You don't need to get fancy. You just need to get started. And here's the best part. They're affordable and shelf-stable. You don't have to worry about rushing to the store or cooking something elaborate. Sardines are there for you when you need a quick, nourishing, joint-loving meal that doesn't break the bank. So how often should you eat them? Try aiming for 1 to 2 servings per week to start. That's enough to start experiencing the benefits. And because they're small, a little goes a long way. And just like with salmon, this isn't about perfection. It's about adding something powerful into your routine, something that supports your healing naturally. I really want to emphasize this. When it comes to arthritis, every little choice adds up. That one serving of sardines, that's not just a snack. That's a message to your body that says, I'm on your side. You're nourishing your joints, your bones, your immune system. You're actively participating in your own healing. And let me tell you, there is so much strength in that. Even on the hard days, when the pain flares up or your energy dips, you still have the power to take small steps that support your body. Sardines might be tiny, but the impact they can have on your health is huge. So next time you're standing in the grocery aisle, take a second look at those little cans. Choose one. Try it. Mix it up with some flavors you love. And just see how you feel after a few weeks of giving your joints this kind of support. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel comfortable in your body. And sardines? They're a simple, affordable, and powerful way to help you get there. Number 3. Mackerel, the mighty fish that helps you move again. All right, let's talk about a fish that doesn't always get the spotlight, but absolutely deserves it. Mackerel. Now, if you've been following along, we've already talked about the anti-inflammatory power of salmon and the surprising joint-boosting benefits of sardines. But mackerel? It's kind of the underrated champion in the arthritis relief game. And once you hear what this little powerhouse can do for your joints, you might wonder why it took you so long to try it. First things first, mackerel is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. You've probably heard this before, but let's break it down. These omega-3s, specifically EPA and DHA, are not just good for your heart. They are your best friends when it comes to calming inflammation in your joints. And guess what? Mackerel actually contains more omega-3s per serving than even salmon. Yep, it's true. That means it's one of the most potent natural sources of inflammation-fighting fats on the planet. So, if your joints are feeling stiff, swollen, or just plain uncomfortable, getting mackerel into your weekly meal rotation could be a total game-changer. These omega-3s work by reducing the production of inflammatory chemicals in your body, chemicals that are directly linked to arthritis pain and stiffness. Now, let's take it a step further. Mackerel isn't just about omega-3s. It's also a fantastic source of vitamin B12, which is essential for nerve health and energy production. And if you've ever felt the fatigue that can come with arthritis, you know that dragging feeling where even small tasks feel like a big deal, then you know how important that extra energy can be. With B12 supporting your nervous system and omega-3s calming inflammation, mackerel helps you feel more like you again. And there's more. Mackerel is rich in selenium, a trace mineral that doesn't get talked about enough. Selenium acts like a kind of cellular bodyguard. It helps protect your cells from oxidative damage, something that's closely tied to both aging and chronic inflammation. In people with arthritis, oxidative stress tends to run high, which can worsen symptoms over time. So when you bring selenium into the mix, you're giving your body another tool to slow down joint damage and keep your mobility for the long haul. Another amazing thing about mackerel is how it supports your immune system. If you're living with autoimmune arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus, you know your immune system can sometimes work against you. Mackerel helps bring more balance, supporting your immunity without throwing it out of whack. Now, I get it. Mackerel might not be a fish you've cooked before, or maybe you've seen it smoked or in a tin and weren't quite sure what to do with it. But I promise you, it's so much easier than you think. One of my favorite ways to enjoy mackerel is grilled or baked with lemon, garlic, and rosemary. It's flavorful, simple, and takes less than 30 minutes to make. You can also buy it canned, often already filleted and ready to go. Just mix it into a salad, flake it into scrambled eggs, or toss it onto a slice of whole grain toast with a little avocado. And yes, just like with sardines, the canned version counts, especially if it's packed in olive oil. You're still getting those joint-loving omega-3s, and you don't need to be a gourmet chef to make it work. Now you're probably wondering, how often should I eat mackerel to see benefits? Ideally, aim for 1 to 2 servings a week. That's enough to keep your omega-3 levels high and support long-term joint health. And variety is key, so you can rotate between salmon, sardines, and mackerel to keep things interesting and cover all your nutritional bases. And remember, this isn't about being perfect. You don't need to eat perfectly or follow a strict plan. This is about adding small, intentional choices into your life. Choices that support healing, reduce pain, and give you more energy to do what you love. Every time you choose a food like mackerel, you're choosing to support your future. You're choosing less stiffness, fewer flare-ups, more freedom to move. And that's powerful. What I love most about these foods is that they're accessible. You don't need a prescription. You don't need a special membership. Just a little awareness, a little planning, and a willingness to try something new. And you know what? If you're feeling a little hesitant, maybe the taste or texture is unfamiliar, that's okay. Start small. Try it once. Add your favorite herbs and spices. Play with different flavors until you find something that lights you up. Because at the end of the day, this journey is about you, your health, your comfort, and your confidence in your body again. So the next time your joints are aching and you're not sure what to make for dinner, reach for mackerel. It's simple, it's powerful, and it's waiting to help you move with ease, strength, and grace again. Summary. Let's recap the power trio that can truly change the game for your joints. Salmon, rich in omega-3s, vitamin D, and the powerful antioxidant astaxanthin. It helps calm inflammation, nourish your bones, and support overall joint health. Sardines, tiny but mighty, packed with omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D. They're bone builders, inflammation fighters, and super convenient to add to your meals. Mackerel, one of the richest sources of omega-3s out there, along with B12 and selenium to boost energy, support your immune system, and reduce oxidative stress in the joints. These aren't just fish, they're natural medicine. They're small choices you can make every week that bring big results over time. Remember, healing doesn't always come in a bottle or a prescription pad. Sometimes, it's found in the quiet power of what you put on your plate. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start with one meal, one fish, one step toward less pain and more freedom. If this video helped you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who needs a little hope and healing today. And hey, leave a comment and let me know which of these 3 fish you're going to try first. I'm cheering for you every step of the way. Until next time, stay strong, Stay hopeful and keep feeding your body with love.